going to come down and destroy what you have. And Christ. You keep messing with the Israelites and see what's going to happen to you. Read.
And who knoweth us?
And you say, who knoweth you? We know you. The Most High know you. Christ know you. The angels know you. The other nations know you. That's why it says in Isaiah the 14th chapter, hell from beneath thee is moved to meet thee at that coming. Why? Because you devils, you so-called white people, are coming down. You're coming down economically all over the world. You're coming down socially. You're coming down in all levels that you can think of. You are being brought down by the power of the Most High. He's breaking the staff of the wicked. The Japanese are coming over here and buying up everything. They're gaining a foothold with economic power throughout the United States. The Arabs are still mustering all the oil in the Middle East, and they got a foot on your neck. The Africans want you to get the hell out of their land. They're getting ready to put a foot on your neck. People all over the world is telling you, Yankee, go home because you don't belong in their land, because you're a thief and a liar. Read.
Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Now what's the thing you turned upside down? You turned the fact that Jesus Christ was a black man. You turned that upside down. In 1492, you had a prominent homosexual named Michelangelo come out and repaint all the black images of Jesus from black to white. And you were paid a large sum of money to do that from Rodrigo Borgias, Pope Alexander VI. And Caesar Borgias, which is the model for the new Jesus Christ, was the one that went around and had committed incest with his sister Lucrezia. Continue.
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not.
For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not. You so-called white men are crazy. You're insane and you're out of your mind to think that because you got a cloudbuster gun, a particle beam weapon system, electromagnetic railgun system, kinetic energy weapons, all type of so-called Star Wars defense weapons that you have in outer space that you develop beyond public knowledge. You think that you can defeat the Most High, but I got bad news for you. Why can't you defeat the invisible flying predator? You got a thing that's running down there all out in Florida, Texas, Arizona, all down south, all out west, that's eating up your cattle. Removing the sex organs, removing the eyes, removing the skin off of them, leaving no blood. And you can't do a damn thing with that. That's one of the pets of the Most High. That's one of the things that the book of Colossians speaks of when it says that the invisible things of the world, the invisible things, were created by the Most High.
Yeah, in the future programs we're going to show that. We got a tape to show on that.
We have an actual film footage.
Keep watching us.
We have actual film footage of the invisible predator going all through the South attacking animals. I know of a young man that just came back from Texas. And on his way to Texas on the plane, he said that white European farmers were crying on the plane, saying that they wish the government can do something with the thing that's destroying their cattle all through the South. You devils got another problem too with your crops and stuff. The angels are coming down in the flying saucers, just making this thing called crop circles. All over the United States, all over Europe, all over Asia, all over the planet, and you can't do a damn thing with it. The thing ain't just a little circle no more. Now they're elaborate designs with claws coming out of them, hands coming out of them, Hebrew written all on it. And you be out there trying to film the thing, trying to find out where it's coming from, and it comes and it goes, and you don't see a damn thing. That's the angels. You can't deal with the angels because the angels are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. You can't deal with no angel. You can't even deal with certain groups on this earth. Like Russia, you can't do a damn thing with them except pay them some money to keep cool. And after they spend that up, they're going to stop blasting you. Read.
Or shall the thing framed say to him that framed it, he have no understanding?
You devils, you so-called white men. Because the reason we keep mentioning your name is because you're the number one problem on this earth. You're the number one problem on this earth. Because of you, the air is polluted. Because of you, the water is polluted. Because of you, faggots are springing up everywhere. Lesbians are springing up everywhere. Every week a Catholic priest is being told, stop having sex with a little boy. Now Cardinal O'Connor had to go in some church somewhere in upstate New York or somewhere and tell the Catholic priest up there to leave the little boys alone. He got a lot of nerve when he's a homosexual himself to tell another one to leave a little boy alone. You're not going to leave the little boys alone because it's part of your nature to be a homosexual. Alexander the Greek and his whole army was an army of homosexuals that overthrew the Persian Empire. But that was all prophesied in the book of Daniel, that Alexander the Greek would come out and overthrow these different nations. But he still was a homosexual. Just like Caligula Caesar was a homosexual. Just like Nero was a homosexual. Just like Claudius was a homosexual. Just like Augustus was a homosexual. Just like Julius was a homosexual. Just like your whole nation is of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah. Continue.
The next scripture.
Yes.
Isaiah 10:23. For the Lord power of hosts shall make a consumption, even determined, in the midst of all the land.
That was Isaiah 10:33. Isaiah 10:33.
Behold, the Lord of hosts shall lock the proud with terror, and the high ones of stature shall be hewn down, and the haughty shall be humbled.
You devils, you so-called white people, you're the high ones. You got all the money, the economic power. You pass all the laws. You got the court system. You got the greatest army in the world. You got nuclear bombs, all kind of submarines and helicopters and jets, and you got a little space shuttle that goes up every now and then. You're the high one in this earth. You are the one that the Bible is speaking about that's going to be brought down low. Now, and you're not a righteous man. There's nothing righteous about you. Every week you put your little president on TV and you let him make a speech. And he comes on TV and he lies to the public. You tell him, well, we just passed a bill in Congress and hopefully we're going to get America rolling again. You're not going to get a damn thing rolling again. Get it through your thick head. America is finished. It's on its way out. You're not a righteous people. You haven't ruled this world righteously. The Indians don't have a seat in the United Nations. The Negroes do not have a seat in the United Nations. You live on stolen property. This land is not your land. It doesn't belong to you. Russia doesn't belong to you. America doesn't belong to you. Africa does not belong to you. Israel, our homeland, does not belong to you, because you are a wicked man, you're a thief, you're a liar, and you must pay for the crimes that you've committed on this earth against humanity and animals and insects and the whole world, against the Most High Himself. You must trace history and understand one thing. All nations that were ever in power on this earth, once they reached the pinnacle of their power and they became wicked, they were destroyed. For example, when the Babylonians were ruling the world, they reached the pinnacle of their power and they became wicked. What happened to them? They were destroyed. When the Egyptians reached the pinnacle of their power under Pharaoh, then they became wicked. They were destroyed. The children of Israel were led out of Egypt by the power of the Most High under the hand of Moses and Aaron. The Egyptians became wicked. This is the reason why they were destroyed. When the children of Moab became wicked and they reached the pinnacle of their power, they were destroyed. They used to live on the other side of the Jordan River in Kiriath-Jearim, located in the Middle East. And in Hazar, the Chinese, that's the children of Moab. And the Japanese, which are the children of Ammon. Not only were they destroyed, they were sold into slavery to the children of the Far East, which was the children of Japheth. And the king that sold them into slavery was King Nebuchadnezzar. He was the one that sold the Chinese and the Japanese to the people of the Far East, which were the people called the children of Japheth, which means the beautiful people, like the Polynesians, the Indonesians, the Hawaiians. In ancient times they had different names, like the Cretans, the Cosnos, the Mennonians, and those different, like the Ayahuascans and all those different names that they had. We know the whole history of the world. You devils can't fool us, and this is the reason why you don't want to put